and let us all do we can to build a better future.
So this shouldn't surprise anyone, but it turns out Manchin is showing he won't support the Build Back Better. Okay, wow, hey, Joe Biden, all those times you were sitting down talking to Manchin, I guess he really just didn't give a damn about your agenda at all. But to me, in my opinion, this is one big fake show. Biden and Harris were talking to Manchin and Sinema so much. Progressives, Bernie Sanders, AOC, Progressive Caucus. Did you have as much time as Manchin and Sinema did with Biden and Harris? No, probably not. And after all this debate, all this talk, all this compromise on the compromise, on the compromise, on the compromise, Manchin says, no, I don't want to do it. And let's be very clear. My opinion was this Build Back Better. It's garbage. It's going to privatize a lot of things. There's nothing progressive in it. This isn't a win for Democrats. Democrats, especially progressive Democrats in the House and Senate. You do realize that this is going to cost you potentially the midterm election cycle in 2022. That's going to be you guys. Great job, Democrats. Way to keep screwing it up. So, I got this video here from Case Study QB. Let's play it in its full entirety. Again, huge shout out to Case Study QB, who's speaking truth to power and doing a lot of great work. Be sure to check out his YouTube channel and Odyssey channel as well, and be sure to check out his work with the People's Gauntlet. Let's play this video.
Trying to read the tea leaves of what Joe Manchin means when he says, and I know he talks, but he's now pumping the brakes on the president's social and climate bill in a tweet, talking about inflation and the problem there and the scoring again. Is this a situation for the Democrats? Now, the progressives have a commitment for a vote on, getting this thing through. What's going to happen when it gets to the Senate?
I think that this is exactly, frankly, what some members feared would happen. But I do think that the House of Representatives, that agreement between the moderates and progressives is going to help move that forward through the House. And I think we'll have to see what happens in the Senate. I do believe that Leader Schumer is still really committed, as the president is, in moving this forward. And so the president is going to have to get really busy making sure that he can bring those senators around. And I think the president's visit yesterday to the Port of Baltimore and talking about the supply chain, helping Americans understand what's happening and what might be causing the inflation that we're seeing, showed that he really, is demonstrating that he's trying to communicate with the American public about how we bridge this gap. And they're going to have to go on the road all day, every day for the next year, really touting what's in these economic plans for the American people.
Okay, so a whole lot of nothing with Manchin and Sinema and all the other Democrats right now. There was this potential for the Democrats. They had a window of opportunity, especially during this, after the 2020 election cycle, to actually do some changes. They could have brought in much needed change. Look, Biden through executive order could have made cannabis legal. Biden through executive order could have made Medicare for all a thing. Biden through executive order could have gotten rid of student debt. He didn't do any of that. The progressives in the United States House and Senate, AOC and the squad, Bernie Sanders, they could have pushed their agenda. They could have rallied their supporters to actually challenge the Biden-Harris administration, but they chose not to. When it came down to force the vote, or even force the vote for 15, and even the March for Medicare for All, where are the progressives at? Especially in Congress. Where are they at? Nowhere to be seen. Even for this General Strike Summit meeting that's being hosted by Fred Hampton leftists, where are the progressives at? They're being silent. And why? Because it benefits them, because they're in line with the Democratic establishment. People like Manchin can do whatever he wants, but yet somehow our progressive leaders who are in power that we helped vote in, well, they're choosing not to implement their power. They're choosing not to do anything because maybe they don't care about the issues at hand. Maybe they don't really give a damn about working class Americans. This system that we have is sick to the core. And so long as we rely on the Democratic Party to bring in change, nothing will fundamentally change at all. The system is sick. It's falling apart. It's a complete disaster. And seeing Manchin act the way he's acting, No one should be surprised. So, Democrats, vote blue no matter who. What kind of propaganda are you going to force down our throats for the midterm election cycle of 2022? What are you going to tell us in 2024? My advice to everyone is this. It's time to really start building infrastructure for third parties. It's time to start supporting ballot initiatives. During this General Strike Summit meeting that's happening this weekend, I urge everyone to check it out because there's a lot of progressive commentators, activists, leaders that have been silenced by establishment media, that have been constantly smeared by coveted blue checkmark people on social media. But they're the ones out there speaking truth to power. They're the ones out there fighting for that better future. Manchin and this Build Back Better thing for Biden, it's not going to help us out. It's only going to help out private corporations. So Manchin voting no on it, no one should be surprised. But this is the weakness of the Democratic Party. They can't even get anything done. I can't wait to cover the midterms. They're going to be hilarious. They'll be sad, but hilarious at the same time.